Imagine a small island, a resilient nation, long suffocated by decades of harsh sanctions, its economy in tatters, and its potential locked behind walls of isolation. For over 60 years, Cuba has endured unimaginable hardships, yet its spirit remains unbroken. Now, this once embattled country is making a groundbreaking move that will reshape its future. Cuba has just taken the historic step of joining BRICS as an associate member. This transformative decision places Havana on the path to becoming a rising economic powerhouse in the global South. It challenges decades of Western dominance and opens up new trade routes that could change the island's future trajectory. But what does this monumental shift mean for Cuba, its people, and the future of global trade? Stay tuned as we explore how Cuba is defying the odds, emerging from the shadows of its turbulent past. From battling sanctions to forging bold new alliances, Cuba is proving that resilience, strategy, and collaboration can turn adversity into opportunity. Just hours ago, the Cuban government proudly announced its entry into the BRICS fold, a powerful alliance with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This isn't just another diplomatic achievement. It's a historic milestone that promises to reshape Cuba's economic future forever. For decades, Cuba has been shut out of the global trade system, shackled by an economic embargo that isolated the island from essential financial markets, loans, and trade opportunities. But with BRICS membership, Cuba is poised to revitalize its economy and reassert itself on the world stage as a vital player. This new status opens the door to international markets and resources that have long been out of reach. However, this partnership isn't just about economic recovery. It's a bold statement that Cuba is ready to challenge the status quo and reshape the global trade landscape. The U.S. embargo, which has been in place since 1960 and strengthened over the years, stands as one of the most enduring and damaging tools of economic isolation in modern history. The embargo has cost Cuba billions, limiting its ability to import and export freely, restrict access to international financing, and creating widespread shortages of essentials like food, medicine, and fuel. Cuba's citizens have endured chronic shortages, and the country's energy sector, crippled by the lack of access to technology and fuel, has been particularly hard hit. For more than 6 decades, the embargo prevented Cuba from engaging in transactions in U.S. dollars, severely limiting its access to global markets. Left with few alternatives, Cuba's economy has long struggled to fill the gaps left by the blockade. But joining BRICS represents a remarkable shift toward economic independence, signaling the beginning of a new era where Cuba will no longer be held back by the sanctions that have defined its past. Cuba's entry into BRICS is a monumental step, a powerful testament to its ability to overcome isolation and strategically align with a group of nations representing 45% of global GDP. This shift will allow Cuba to bypass the U.S. dollar as a trade currency, weakening the dollar's dominance in global transactions. For decades, Cuba has been excluded from dollar-based financial systems, but now it will be able to trade directly with BRICS members in their local currencies, freeing itself from the constraints of the U.S.-controlled financial system. The BRICS partnership is not just about trade, it's about reclaiming economic sovereignty. By joining this powerful bloc, Cuba gains access to a wealth of resources, trade opportunities, and technological advancements that were previously beyond its reach. It's an opportunity for Cuba to reassert its place in the world economy on its own terms, leveraging strategic alliances to foster growth and development. Beyond trade, BRICS membership opens up new possibilities for Cuba in scientific and technological collaboration. The island's energy sector, long constrained by the embargo, is now poised for a revolutionary transformation. With BRICS support, Cuba can upgrade its energy infrastructure, tapping into renewable energy projects funded by BRICS nations, such as solar and wind power. This transition to renewable energy will help reduce Cuba's reliance on expensive imported fuel, setting the stage for a more sustainable and self-sufficient energy future. Additionally, Cuba's impressive expertise in biotechnology, agriculture, and healthcare is well positioned to benefit from collaborative projects with BRICS members. The island has long been a global leader in medical advancements, with a highly skilled workforce and a history of groundbreaking research. This partnership with BRICS offers new avenues for Cuba to share its knowledge and benefit from shared innovations in these critical sectors. In joining BRICS, Cuba is not just transforming its economy, it is redefining its future. A nation once isolated, now standing tall in a global alliance, Cuba is proving that resilience, collaboration, and a bold vision for the future can overcome even the most daunting of challenges. This is just the beginning of a new chapter in Cuba's journey, one that holds the promise of opportunity, prosperity, and a brighter future for its people. Cuba is now positioned to collaborate with fellow BRICS nations in advancing medical research, developing new pharmaceuticals, and expanding healthcare initiatives. This partnership not only promises to enhance Cuba's public services, but also contributes to the overarching BRICS mission of fostering collective prosperity and global innovation. Cuba's inclusion in the BRICS group is part of a broader shift toward a multipolar world order, and as BRICS continues to extend its influence, Cuba's strategic location becomes more significant. The Mariel Special Development Zone, Cuba's premier logistics hub, will be key as BRICS nations channel investments and goods through the island, positioning Cuba as a central player in global trade, particularly in Latin America and BRICS countries, rich in oil, natural resources, and technological expertise, will work with Cuba to develop new infrastructure, trade routes, and economic partnerships that bypass Western-dominated systems, opening up fresh pathways for growth and prosperity. One of the most exciting aspects of Cuba's BRICS membership is its potential to spearhead a digital revolution. With the support of BRICS partners, Cuba plans to modernize its telecommunications infrastructure, bringing high-speed internet and advanced technologies to its citizens. This digital transformation is set to close the technological gap, fostering entrepreneurship, innovation, and greater connectivity across the island. As Cuba advances its tech infrastructure, the country will be well-positioned to nurture a thriving tech ecosystem, attracting foreign investment and spurring innovation. The Cuban government has already laid out ambitious plans to leverage this new alliance to attract investment in sectors like tourism, technology, agriculture, and more. These efforts will diversify Cuba's economy, moving away from its traditional dependence on sugar and tourism and unlocking new industries to fuel long-term growth. As Cuba solidifies its position within BRICS, Washington faces an uncomfortable reality. The decades-long economic embargo that once seemed insurmountable is gradually losing its potency. The effectiveness of U.S. sanctions is diminishing as Cuba strengthens ties with BRICS, gaining access to trade routes, resources, and financial systems that are progressively distancing themselves from dollar-based transactions. The growing influence of BRICS and its push for de-dollarization signals the decreasing dominance of the U.S. in global finance. Cuba, alongside other nations, is shifting its focus toward a new economic paradigm, challenging the U.S.'s hegemonic control. With its BRICS membership secured, Cuba is already witnessing the benefits of this strategic alignment. Goods, technology, and resources are flowing into Cuban ports, sparking industrial growth, revitalizing the energy sector, and providing much-needed goods that were once scarce. Looking forward, Cuba's role in the global economy will continue to evolve, with a focus on sectors like renewable energy, digital technology, and global trade. With the support of BRICS nations, Cuba is set to transform into a diversified, forward-thinking economy, no longer reliant on foreign aid or Western financial systems. Cuba's inclusion in BRICS signifies more than just an economic shift. It represents a move toward de-dollarization, as emerging economies challenge the U.S. dollar's dominance. Cuba's success will serve as a powerful example of the growing influence of alternative currencies in global trade. This shift has the potential to reshape the global economic landscape, with BRICS leading the charge toward a more multipolar, equitable world order. Cuba's entry into BRICS is a defining moment, not only for the island but for the global economy. With newfound access to trade, resources, and technology, Cuba is poised to redefine its role on the world stage. The long-term impact of this decision will reverberate not just in Cuba, but throughout the global South, as nations unite to build a fairer, more inclusive global economy. The question now is, will Cuba's success accelerate the decline of U.S. sanctions? Will this mark the beginning of a new era of global cooperation? Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned, as Cuba's role in this global transformation is just beginning. The next chapter of global trade is unfolding, and Cuba is ready to play a starring role.